And then college affordability. I mentioned that that's very important. So the things you can find out on a very high level is what is the cost of attendance at the institution that you're applying to? And then what is the net price? The net price is the cost to you, the full cost minus any financial aid you're receiving, what you're really going to have to pay. So that's a good idea to understand that. Then you want to know what financial aid applications are required and what the deadline for those is. You want to understand need-based aid, in other words, financial aid that's based on your financial aid application and family income and assets versus merit-based aid, which is based on your qualities for admissions, like your grades and test scores and all of the things that make you a good candidate for admission, so that are based on non-financial uh, things. So you can also start looking for private scholarships by doing some online searches or just keeping your eyes open at your school, in your town, all of that. And this is the calculator. It's a net price calculator that you can use to determine the net price at some of these colleges you're applying to. And all colleges have a net price calculator. You can type that into the search bar and complete that as you will on a financial aid application eventually. And that will give you a sense of, here's an estimate of the financial aid I could receive if I go to this institution. Again, it's only as good as what you put in. It's not exact. I don't know if you would make a hard and fast decision about applying or not based on this, but you might just take it into consideration as knowing upfront which colleges may be more affordable than others before you have to make that final decision. You really want to wait till you receive all the financial aid offers to be able to make that final decision, but this just gives you a sense. The way I used it with my kids was to just say, if we found a college that wasn't giving a lot of financial aid, I might say, doesn't look like you'll get a whole lot of financial aid there. Let's make sure you have other colleges on your list that seem upfront to be a little more affordable with the estimate. And the forms you'll need to apply for financial aid are always the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. All colleges and universities require that. And that for next year will be available October 1st, 2024. And that will ask you about your 2023 income. And you will complete that next fall. And some colleges require an additional form called the CSS profile. About 200 colleges and universities require that. Also open on October 1st. And if a college requires that, you need to do both the FAFSA and the CSS profile. And some colleges have their own specific financial aid applications, so look for that on their websites as well. And two programs to be aware of are here in Massachusetts. We have a program called Mass Transfer, which allows students to begin at a community college and then transfer to a four-year public institution with many benefits, financial benefits, such as guaranteed credit transfer, tuition credit, and freezes on tuition. So go to that website, mass.edu/mass transfer, and check out that program, because that can keep college very affordable and maybe, again, have an option on your list that's very affordable. And then Tuition Break is another program through the New England Board of Higher Education. And that allows students to attend college in a neighboring state, a public institution in a neighboring state that you would typically pay out of state tuition costs. And yet for certain programs, you can still pay Massachusetts in-state tuitions, even though you're attending out of state, if you attend certain programs. So check out that website, look at those programs and see if any of that could apply to you too. Two ways to keep the costs down low.